Hey guys, Anthony 4x4 Diesel. We're just back from some trips and giving the vehicle a bit of a clean up, and I've got a couple of awesome tips here. I suppose it's a little bit specific to Prados, but it would probably adapt most likely to all makes and models, and that is to do with, we've got a video talking about looking after the rear door, not letting it swing open. One of the important, we've got another one talking about the shim that can make the easy way to adjust the door. So important to check out all those videos, but this one we haven't talked about yet, and I've just done it myself, and then I went, that's important, yeah. Have I made a video on it? Have I talked about that? No, I don't think I have. So here we are, and it's a mix, it's a cross right between being an automotive or a touring. I don't know if you all know, but we've got two channels, 4x4 Diesel and 4x4 Touring Australia. Okay, so this video is going on 4x4 Diesel, but the previous video I just made more to do with touring is on 4x4 Touring Australia. So you've really got to be subscribed on both channels so you don't miss out. Now, what's this one about? This one's to do with the rear door lock, okay? So basically, this is the door lock in here, okay? That's your door lock, it's retained by these three bolts, screws, whatever you want to call them. And obviously to access it and change it, you need to take off the door trim. Now, to give you a ballpark idea, they're sort of $300 or $400 worth, okay? So they're not cheap. Now, this doesn't happen often. Prados are awesome, but it's the environment. Again, it's the environment and it's the design. Let's just go and take a quick look at one of the car doors, right? Let's duck around here, actually. We'll just, okay, so if you look at the vehicle, you can see it's got basically the same lock. Okay, it may even be the same. I'm not here to tell you they're the same or not. I'm going to tell you that on a Prado, I've never changed one. That's how good they are, right? But see what's going on here. You've got a seal. Toyotas are awesome, right? Double seal. There's a seal inside. Then you've got your lock latch striker here, if you like. And that obviously goes into there. And then you've got another seal on the outside. So it keeps all this clean. That's why I've never changed one. Because they're quality parts, like genuine Toyota engineering, right? Awesome. But the problem we got at the back is, let's go back there. Now, I'm not going to shut this door because you won't see anything, but you can see the seal inside from the door. Then you've got your striker and your lock. Let's go back to the other side. So here we just got the tail light. There's no seal here going outwards, right? You must be thinking another video, like, got to be honest, guys, I think I'm addicted to making videos. Now, I love helping people, right? And you know what? As I've said, let's bring back the common sense. Let's get people thinking. Think, okay? Because this is really helpful stuff. I hope you like it. The seal on the inside, it goes on this surface here. And we also talked about cleaning here as well, particularly up the top, because all the dust and dirt and sand rubs through the paintwork. So that's maybe another video. But anyway, here the striker goes in there. Again, working outwards, there's the edge of the door, right? There's no other seal. So what happens? This gets filled up with dirt, right? The whole area gets filled up with dirt. You go on an outback dirt and dust trip, this lock here, it's getting absolutely hammered in there. This one's only 30,000 Ks, right? You're looking at it, yeah, it's looking pretty good. You know why it's looking pretty good? Because I just hit it with compressed air, and that's what this video is about, right? When you there's a couple of tips, right? Well, not just when you come back from a trip. So when you come back from a trip, but also while you're on a trip, couple of things to think about. Let's just go look at another vehicle with the door shut for a minute. Similar scenario on the 120, right? It might have a handle here to open the door instead of underneath the number plate thing, whatever. But the problem, and this is kind of better, because if there's a problem, and the reason I tell you this, there is problems with door locks. People do get, not very often at all. There's, again, gazillions of Prados, but every now and then a door gets stuck shut. And I suppose we're going to include on the, what channel are we on? 4x4 Diesel, this one's going to be. Somewhere we're going to include some of the options on what to do if your door does get stuck shut. But prevention is what we're into. We're in prevention is better than cure, right, guys? So this is what I do, and it works for me. This vehicle we're looking at now has done nearly 400,000 Ks. It did a lot of touring before we got it, and it's done a lot of touring since. It gets used, it gets looked after well, but it gets used hard. So what you do in prevention is, whenever you come to a stop where if you've got a big, dirty, dusty, back of the vehicle, obviously blowing it off. We use air blowers to blow the dust off the back so you can open the door. That's another video again, right? But every now and then you'll get to somewhere like at your caravan. Say you're going across the Gibb River Road, I don't know, you've gone into, I don't know, Derby and your caravan park. You might be able to get a hose and just, what I'm saying is, stick the hose in the water or a pressure washer, whatever you want. Or whether it's when you get home from a trip or maintenance while you're out there or you're at the car wash, stick the bloody pressure washer in here. And I'll tell you why, right? Because all that dry dust and everything, it does get in, gets in the door, jams up the lock, and it can make it impossible to release. You know, you'll be pulling this handle out and nothing will be happening, okay? This is very rare, but if you can plan for it, that's good, but it's often, could you imagine, right? Trying to get this door open with this storage system in the way, in the back of the vehicle full of gear, you know, to the roof, can you imagine it? It'd be chaos, right? Which is why you got to think about these things, right? Bring back common sense. We've got to start thinking about these things, right? So this is the area, there's the latch. We don't need to show you again, we showed you on the other car, but you know what, let's go. Where is it? Over here somewhere. Look, let's have a look at this old one, mate. Is it covered in... Go and check yours out. I don't think you'll find it in this sort of condition, right? And this is what I'm talking about. Yeah, some water will get in there, but what do you think's better, right? Some water, some lubrication, some compressed air, or just full of dust and dirt and eventually it gets jammed? You have a think about that while we go back to the other car. Right, so it's a rare problem. Very rare. But if it happened, it would be a major catastrophe, okay? Big drama. So the point is, water in that gap there, water's going to come in, you know, past the side of the door here, in around here, and it's going to wash. If the dust could get in there, the water could get in there anyway. So you're washing it, washing it, right? Obviously, that's a great thing to do. And then by the time you open the door, it's probably going to work okay. You can see down in there, a little bit of dust and that. I've done a massive cleanup with this. We gave it a quick wash, but I did do that, I think. Did I? Gee, I don't know if I did. I might have. Anyway, this one wasn't a massive off-road trip anyway, so I probably wasn't chasing it. And then, the key thing is, though, compressed air, right? So, you know, again, put your safety goggles on. I happen to have a compressed air right at the end here. And I just want to say, we just want to kind of go... Right? And whether you want to wash it, or use compressed air, or wash it and use compressed air, if you want to spray CRC, WD-40, Inox, or anything like that in there, that's probably okay. That's lubrication. The problem you got is if you leave it around here thinking you've got grease or lubrication around here, all the dust and dirt's going to stick to the grease, which is why I'm not that excited about spraying too much gear in there. The main thing I want is water, because water will just dissolve the dust. It'll just fall off, whether it falls off out this side here or whether a little bit goes in there where all the dust is going anyway. I don't care. You want it. You want the dust gone. The best thing you can do after you wash it, if possible, is the compressed air, right? If you can't, compressed air later, whatever. Just trying to give you some ideas on tips and maintenance. It's worked for us. It's quite a few Ks. It's quite a lot of off-road use. Every now and then on trips, we feel the handle getting a bit, you know, you can hit in the lock here where it releases, getting a bit tight. And these things work. And the best thing I've found is the water and the compressed air. We did used to do the grease and spray and whatever. I don't like it so much. Probably a couple of times a year in here to prevent rust mainly, any rust and corrosion on inside the components here that ideally probably not meant to get wet. But again, quality material is not going to be an issue. Let's go quickly back to the other. Well, let's just quickly look at this vehicle. You can see there's nothing, there's no handle here to access to get into the lock. That's a bit of a disadvantage of the 150. Let's go back to the 120 for a sec. When people get stuck, it has been known to be of assistance, because you've got to see that hole there. Well, you probably can't see that well, right? But, you know, you can move this handle up and down a little bit. It's got a bit of wear and tear in it. And you can get through those holes, and, you know, there's a bit of, you know, where that hand, in there anyway, right? You can get in behind there, and you can spray compressed air or whatever you've got to spray to get this thing. You can see ours, you know, works pretty well, right? I'm in consideration of replacing this lock as prevention, okay? It's going to cost me about $300 or something like that. Pull all the door trim table off and change it as prevention. Where does it end? There's so many components I could replace. So that's why you subscribe. It's calculated risk, and if we tell you that it's worth changing as prevention, that's because that's what we've seen in the workshop, out on trips. This is what's stopping people, and it may be worth replacing. At this stage, I don't think it's worth replacing any of these locks as prevention, but the prevention, spraying the water in there, and then the compressed air, blowing it dry, either, bit of both, whatever. Keeping as much dust as you can out of that door lock is going to be a winner. So like always, I hope you found this bit of touring mechanical maintenance reliability information handy, and please give us a thumbs up, the like button if you learnt something out of that. And yeah, just reminding again, 2 YouTube channels. I want to keep the touring side touring, all the trips and stuff like that, the mechanical side, but some things like this are a bit of a mix, so there is some related videos on each channel. Right guys, thanks for watching, hopefully that's been helpful. That's a bada bing, bada boom. Thanks for watching, subscribe, turn the bell on, thumbs up, and in the comments, have you had any, I'm interested to hear, have you had any trouble with this lock, getting your rear door open, and what year vehicle, 120 or 150 or any other makes and models, because I know on 4x4 Diesel here, there's a lot of people with other, they love the videos, even they haven't got Prados, and some people hate Prados or whatever, and they like their Pajeros, and that's cool. Whatever, each to their own. We're just here to help out with information. If you can make it work for your vehicle, it's a bada boom. Thanks for watching, guys. See ya.